Let's go, baby.
Unreal. Unbelievable. He's still riding that so hard right now.
Yeah, I haven't changed out of this yet since I got back. No, no, I'm just kidding. I have
You
changed.
shouldn't have. I hope you never wash it. Yeah. Well, what's up, dude?
Yo, what's up? Uh, oh, go, God damn it.
Hey.
So I got a leak in my ceiling right now, so I can't hang.
Nice. Damn.
So sorry.
It's all
I gotta
good.
go in my attic and figure out what's going on.
No, no worries. Take care of that.
Congrats. That's so fucking awesome. You gotta go. And I really want to fucking hear about it. But Emily comes out and she's like, we got a big problem.
It's
And I got
okay.
two fucking leaks going on.
It's
So
it's
Yeah, it's
okay.
crazy
yeah.
rainstorm right now. Yeah.
Understood, man. Do your
Yeah.
thing.
All right. Talk later, dudes.
Java.
Shabba.
Shabba. So we know the real reason. Caleb just,
Yeah, he can't handle the truth. You got a
you
leak
know,
in your football but
football team.
yeah.
Did you see Dak Prescott? I guess like yesterday, something
I
like,
did
"Oh
see
yeah,
that.
we're close" or something like that.
Yeah, well you see them in the NFC Championship game, that we play those two teams pretty tough all year. So I think we're really close, like hats off to them. Yeah, they won, but I think we're right there. We played both those teams. I was like, yeah, why? What? You didn't make the playoffs, dog.
Eh,
Jesus.
you got a brand new coaching staff.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. A lot of new coaching staffs, like really a lot. The turnaround has been pretty wild. Everybody done. Kellen Moore, Super Bowl champion,
I
going to
know.
the Saints
I know.
already.
Didn't have to go anywhere.
Fourth offensive coordinator in 4 years for you guys, right?
For,
Think
for
you,
yeah, but I think it's for Jalen, it's honestly 9 out of 10 since high school, they said.
Jesus,
If you
he's
really go
never gotten
back.
to work with somebody like for longer than a year for real.
Sorry if you don't mind. I'm just gonna
Go into
just
it.
yeah, just recap real quick.
Yeah,
Just fresh
man.
off
Let
just
me
fre
hear about all of it.
okay, so just fresh off my trip back from NOLA, New Orleans. Um, Literally just from Bourbon Street and got to witness the Eagles' this Super Bowl victory. Man, that was awesome. Eagles are NFL Super Bowl champions, Super Bowl 59 champions of the world. Feels awesome defeating the Kansas City Chiefs 40 to 22. And it honestly didn't even feel that close the whole game. We're recording this on the eve of the parade. I believe it's going to be on tomorrow, Friday.
Hmm.
Um, so that's awesome.
It's
Spending
34 to 0. It was 34 to 0 at one point. So let's just deep in the third.
Yeah,
So
it was total domination. It was an ass whooping. I have to really like give it to my team. Oh, it was an ass whooping like
Gnome's even
that.
going crazy.
Seriously. But yeah, like just to recap some of the big numbers so I had. So it said Chiefs 23 yards in the first half. Mahomes, his first pick six in the playoffs, sacked 6 times is like the most ever for him. He had like a 1 QBR rating at one point in the first half. I think it went up to 11 by the end of the game. Like it's just unspeakable things. They didn't pass, Chiefs offense didn't pass midfield until 2 minutes and 33 seconds in the third quarter. And yeah, you could just feel just from watching the game. I watched the TV broadcast a few days later, but just watching it, Mahomes just didn't look the same. He looked rattled. The timing was off. Team was dropping passes. And then anytime there was maybe like a little bit of momentum or they got a little bit of a break, it felt like the Eagles defense just like took it right back,
Hmm.
immediately and just sucked it right back. So they weren't able to capture anything. And by the time they did accumulate some points, it was by that point it was too late. And so again, just I just have to give my team props. Kudos. 18-3, crazy season, crazy year. We talked about how this could go down like this.
Oh, for sure.
They had
Yeah,
the
we
better
both were
team.
confident that the defense could really step up and make this a different game and talk about it not being a close game to
Mhm,
win. Like that was
mhm,
going to be a key to success for sure.
mhm. But always it's just they have Mahomes is like you never know. And then even when it was 24, I was still like there's still a chance,
28
Um
to 3, it's happened before,
exactly.
you know?
Um
So, yeah.
I would say though for me the Cooper DeJean interception, that's when I first felt uh like they say I felt smoke. Like oh, this could be happening, once we had that 17-point lead. The Devontae one though, for me personally, that in my heart felt like the dagger.
Oh, it was totally the
I
dagger.
th I think it
Yeah.
was like 34 nothing or something like that. Yeah.
After that, yeah.
That
Which side were you on? You were closer to an end zone, right?
I was closer to the Eagles side. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, were you closer to that end zone
I was
for
on
that
this
touchdown on
I
that side?
Yeah, I was literally on the side like when Cooper DeJean ran into the end zone, like even on
Oh
that
my
side.
God.
Yeah, so on
Yeah,
that right
hell
side.
yeah.
So I
That was
saw,
crazy.
yeah.
I screamed at Ahmed during that because it was 14-0 at that point, right? You'd had some good
Or
drives.
I think it's 17 at that point then.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
he
kicked
made
a
it
field
17.
goal.
Or he made it seven. I'm sorry, he made it 17. It was 10 nothing and then that became
10
17.
nothing.
Yeah, and
Yeah, it
then
was like, oh, anything can happen. It's still
yeah.
fine. Mahomes gonna get into it. He's gonna get a drive going here, something. And then it wasn't just a pick, it was a pick six.
Yeah. That honestly that moment was in my opinion the loudest it was in the entire stadium. Like not even like later in fourth, even after they won, it was just that moment. It
Oh
was
yeah.
just
It was
the
the
whole,
statement play of the game, honestly. I think that and the Devonta Smith dagger you're talking about.
yeah.
But
S-
yeah, keep
So yeah.
keep talking. What else?
Yeah.
What else
But
you
yeah,
got?
so I mean I saw that. I mean I saw the AJ Brown touchdown. The Zach Bond was on that side too. So it was a crazy experience. I was around a bunch of obviously Eagles fans on that. I was on the Eagles side. Um Optically, it was pretty even, I had to say. I was watching other interviews too from other people. I agree too. It was optically it looked even. Like there was a lot of red. But when it came to like the cheering and everything like that, it was dominated by the Eagles.
For sure.
If you really do even listen back to the intros, you can even tell like the Chiefs were getting booed, even from their walking out, um, from John Hamm. And then when the Eagles came on with Bradley Cooper, you could hear them even like all joining in on the chant. So it was very apparent with all of the cheering, and then obviously with the way the game went, it just the energy just carried.
Yeah,
And then yeah, it was just unbelievable. And then at a certain point by the third quarter, it was literally it's really happening. It's just like almost laughable for a second.
they're not
They're
even
they're
gonna
gonna
come back at
yeah.
all.
Or it's like, like they're supposed to come back, like when is this gonna happen? And it's not happening. And then you see Mahomes get drilled and he fumbles. By the time,
Unreal.
yeah, it was 40-6. That's crazy, and the fact that we even put in our backups, you
Yeah,
know,
in a Super Bowl. Yeah, like
again,
unreal.
to get our revenge, against the Chiefs. It's just everything just full circle, just everything. Beating, even going back to the other Super Bowl, lost to Brady, Belichick, come back, beat them. Then 2 years ago, lose to Mahomes and Reed by three, close game. We were winning by double digits at one point. Now come back, now beat them handily. So yeah,
You stopped two. The Eagles have stopped two potential three-peats
that's what, yeah,
with their
exactly.
two Super Bowl wins. So that shows what kind of teams that they beat, you
Number
know.
number one pass defense, number one total defense. Kudos to Vic Fangio, man, who was 0-8 before this game against Patrick Mahomes. I forgot to mention even it was 6 sacks, no blitzes, just
Just getting
things.
crazy pressure.
Just
Yeah.
I I mean I feel like that's the blueprint to beat them.
I want to go over something real quick on the Chiefs
Yes.
side for these stat I found. Teams that have won 15 regular season games have, I don't think, won a Super Bowl since 1998. 2024 Chiefs, 2024 Lions, 2015 Panthers, that Cam Newton uh,
Hmm.
team that lost to the Broncos, and '07 Patriots, 16-0. They lost a couple others, but kind of wild that I feel like these teams, when the game doesn't go their way early, they've never had that really happen to them at that much, you know? So their adversity isn't as tested maybe as much. So I don't know, but you guys just had the game plan. We talked about it in the last video. We talked about all the things that happened. We talked about if Barkley's not going to have a big day, can you handle it in the passing game? Done. You did it. You know, that was a
Yeah.
question mark. Can you get to Mahomes? Yes. Done. Did it. Tired him out in the first half. Yes. Can you create some turnovers? Yes.
Yeah.
You know, like did you need their people not to play well? Travis Kelce, absolute no show. Have you seen some of the plays where he's just like standing?
Yeah, it was a little odd. I
Like
couldn't
my
believe it.
girlfriend said that there was some lady on the sideline that was like stabbing a Travis Kelce voodoo doll the whole
Oh my
game.
God, yeah.
Yeah, so hey, Eagles fan, hey, you'll take anything you can get, but weird game for him, very weird game for him. Um, Something very not right there. He didn't even look like, yeah, he was getting fired up at first. I saw him get in a couple guys' faces, but he had drops and I don't know, just lazy route running. I don't know. I don't know how they got sloppy in the biggest game, you know,
Yeah.
but you guys maybe just wanted it a little bit more,
Yeah.
especially the revenge match. There's still a lot of people on that team that played on the same team 2 years ago, you know, but the pieces
Yeah.
you guys added this year definitely helped put you
Especially
over the top in
and
the
especially
draft, defense, Saquon, everything.
Yeah, and especially all in that moment. I mentioned even like not beating ourselves. We did have that one turnover early by Jalen, that missed throw, which was really bad. But luckily, thanks to the defense, they just wiped it right away. And then almost as if you didn't even know. And then we got the ball right back.
Hmm.
So we are fortunate for that. And yeah, I was just kudos again to the team, the Eagles. Kudos to Nick Sirianni. He takes a lot of crap from the media on ESPN, you know, Super Bowl champion. You can never take that away. Same thing for Jalen Hurts. They said, he's not a winning quarter or he can't throw. That's what they had to do in this game. The one time, actually, well, one of the few things I was wrong, I predicted, Saquon easily over 100. That was way off. That was the one thing Kansas City, they definitely 100% game plan for. They got that, but it seemed like that was the only thing they game plan
Yeah.
for. So
Kudos
they
to Kellen Moore and them guys for making adjustments, saying, okay, we have this other plan. This
they
isn't going to work out. Let's go to Goddard,
it's
Smith,
a
Brown, whatever.
yeah, Brown, even with the penalty, they were ready to pass and like in those situations that yeah, they're ready to be,
That first
you
big
know.
play on the second drive after you guys got that fourth down that got called back or whatever. Well,
Yeah.
I thought that was going to be all controversial.
Yeah.
Ended up not mattering at
Yeah.
all.
Which was
But
even
then,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, no, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
bad, we were, Ahmed and I were like, oh, that's so lame. Like, that was such a sick fourth down. But then immediately you get like the ball back,
Yeah.
and then you have that deep pass to Gainwell, I think,
Or
or
John
Gainwright.
Dotson.
Oh, Dotson.
Yeah.
Yeah. That put you almost was a touchdown, put you
Hmm.
right in.
The
And
tush
so it was
push.
like, it didn't matter, like you had, anytime you guys had a setback, jumped right back on it. Chiefs could not just rally. They just
Yeah.
couldn't rally.
I was just saying, like, even that fourth down so early on, the very first possession of the game, that could have easily just altered the whole game,
For sure.
so, but it's just crazy how, actually, to be honest, the very first couple minutes, it was a little bit back and forth, and then all of a sudden, just a wave.
There, yeah, you have that big
momentum.
play to get the
Yeah,
first touchdown,
yeah,
and you get the tush push right away.
yeah,
And you're like, okay,
yeah.
that's
Okay.
definitely some domination.
T
Then another, then you get the field goal, and then the
mhm.
pick six. It's like,
Yeah,
okay, well, we can get back in the game. Oh no, pick six. Oh
yeah,
God,
yeah.
now
Okay.
it's 17-0. Then all of a sudden it was just snowballed.
Congrats again to the whole team. Congrats to Saquon, right at the top of the list, the most deserving people. Gave up the rushing record for something greater. We talked about this, and then he did it. And he
Mm-hmm. Totally.
most
Like
postseason or most rushing yards, I think, in a season, including postseason. So that's something. Super Bowl
they want
champ.
another one. You can tell they're not done.
That's
Those
what.
two for
Hmm.
sure both seemed like, yeah, we did it. Like this is, but we kind of knew we were gonna do it, or we always knew that we could. But like let's keep taking Kansas City down. Like let's make sure they don't get any more. We want to get as many as they have, type of thing. I got that feeling from Hertz and a couple other people in some post game press conferences.
No, absolutely. They already have that vibe. Saquon even said he's like restless. He wants to start working out. So,
That guy's crazy. Take a vacation, dog.
Jalen looks exhausted though. I've seen
Yeah.
him on basically every interview show. They had him at Disney World.
I mean,
Jimmy
he
Jimmy
hasn't even
Fallon.
had a chance to enjoy himself. Like he went straight to Disney World, right?
Yeah.
Like
It's
probably that night.
he was on the Tron. There was like a picture of him on the Tron roller coaster at one point, but he looked like as it's speeding by, he was like almost asleep on this like
Yeah,
yeah.
he's
It's
got
like
to be exhausted.
yeah.
But I mean, soak it in, man. Like everybody doubted you. You had to transfer, whatever. He's the first quarterback that has won a Super Bowl that's been drafted post Mahomes. Pretty good as
Yeah.
well. That's crazy to think, right? We talk about a lot of these good young quarterbacks, but he's the first one out of all of them to take down the Mahomes, legacy or stopped their dynasty. See what happens moving forward. I still think
Yeah.
the Lions are a good team. I think they kind of have the same type of vibe as you guys too.
Yeah, no,
So
totally.
they'll be tough again. If that will be a good game if you guys ever play each other in a playoff matchup,
We
something
play
like
each
that.
we play each other in regular season for sure next year.
Oh yeah, because you guys both got first place in your divisions, right? I think the Texans play on the West Coast a couple times, actually. I can't remember, but maybe we should go to some of those. I think they were playing
Yeah.
at Rams,
Oh,
maybe.
I'm down. Rams, yeah, that's right in my backyard.
Yeah, it's always fun. How was partying on Bourbon Street after the game?
Oh, yeah, it's total fun, dude. It's Bourbon Street is like I got similar vibe. I mean, I'm probably gonna get crucified in like comments or anything, but like it reminds me a little bit of like shops when I was in Austin, Texas for like South by Southwest, or even just a little bit in the certain parts of like downtown Nashville where they had like shop by shop, and then it's like at the bar, or they had like live music a little
Yeah,
bit. It obviously, honestly, it's different. It's unique in its own way. That's New Orleans and stuff, and there's Mardi Gras, and then they have the stuff where people like decked out on the top, and they are literally throwing beads down and stuff like that.
that's
But
unique
in
for
terms of
sure.
like the shops and everything, close quarters, I was literally at the French Quarters, and it goes for roughly like a mile. Um, and it's definitely walkable. If anybody asks you, it definitely is walkable from there to the actual stadium, the Caesars Superdome. It's like a good mile, but it's easy. Um, and no, it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of music. It was hectic, a lot of fans, um, of all teams, especially at night, and then a lot of locals joined in too. Um, but just a lot of craziness. But I mean, they did have the National Guard there the whole weekend. Um, I guess that was also due to the New Year's Eve
Yeah,
incident for sure. So I guess in
extra precautions.
yeah, so they were literally stationed at like every block. Um, um, what else? I mean, so many things though. I mean, the weather was great. It was a little humid, but that's fine with me.
Yeah.
Um, and then once you're inside, yeah, obviously it's Superdome, it's closed. I will say the Super Bowl food, if I'm giving a rating though, I would have expected, just going to the Super Bowl that maybe they would have upgraded a little bit. It felt like I was literally at like the Saints stadium. I mean, just like a
They didn't
normal
have
game.
anything special. Yeah,
But
just
but oh yeah, but even on top of that, it just felt bland. Like my options were a double cheeseburger, like just the meat and cheese, and then a bag of chips. And then the other option, I was looking around like as I'm walking, it's like, oh, you can have a seafood nachos or seafood taco. And I was like,
okay.
okay. And that was about it. I just you just think maybe for the Super Bowl,
Yeah,
you
they'd
just
have some
have,
other vendors
but
out
it
there or
really just felt
something.
like they had their Saints people.
Hmm.
Um, what else? The Kendrick performance was good, but I mean, obviously, I was still like excitement, even nervous excitement. Still, I just want to move on, but it was cool. Yeah, met a lot of fans. Um, I stayed till the very end. Got a selfie with Big Dom.
Yeah, I saw that. That's so sick.
I even got a little bit of confetti too. So,
Hell yeah.
you know,
Nice.
got to keep some of that.
Yeah, dude. So awesome you were there to see
I
it.
I still have this. Jokingly, I thought this was funny. This is still lighting up from Sunday.
Yeah, love it. Hell yeah, man. Congratulations. It was what a win. So
Yeah.
happy.
No.
I got trashed celebrating for you. I definitely was repping you hard for sure.
Yeah,
Um,
for sure, just one of the best days of my life, definitely, and I'm just glad I did it.
for
It
sure.
just was like a once in a lifetime opportunity, and then I'm just glad they won, obviously, but it was just a whole of experience just going there and just being able to witness it forever and just even I have the pictures, but then also take those photogenic, I mean the pictures in your memory, forever. That'll last forever. So it's going to be hard to top this game. Let's just say that.
For sure. Definitely. That that Rams game still ranks highly in up in my NFL games that we went to, but I'm sure this is number one. Until you go again, it's going to be hard to top this for sure. It's
Yeah,
unbelievable. I'm so glad you got to celebrate it. I'm so happy you had the confidence to go and just be like, hey, whatever happens, I want to go. I'll be upset either way if I didn't go. I'll be
exactly.
more upset if they won and I had a chance to go and didn't go.
You're exactly right on that.
So kudos to you, yeah, for pulling the trigger and just being like, yeah, F it, I'm down.
Mhm.
I'll go. We're gonna win. Like I'm confident, We were confident. I was
Yeah,
fairly confident.
I was feeling good. And
This was
yeah.
the worst Chiefs team in 3 years, I think, as well. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, they had some pieces, but they got so many lucky wins or like last second victories that things that worked their way
Mhm.
that they, might not have ever even gotten a bye if that
Yeah.
ever happened. Bills
Mhm.
could have gotten a bye and would have been maybe way different,
No, you're totally right.
you
And
know?
absolutely no shot at the Buffalo Bills. But say it was the Eagles and Bills, there's there's a chance I'm not sure how as much likely I would have gone to that game, to be quite honest. It's still very close, but it's just something about the Chiefs, the revenge game, the Reed
100%.
narrative, Mahomes. Because even if we won, there's going to be, oh, well, they didn't beat the Chiefs, though. They didn't beat
Yeah.
Mahomes, you
Yeah,
know. There's all that. So now everybody that's the haters, they have to shut their mouth and give the kudos and respect
for
where it's
sure.
due.
Yeah.
So that's
It meant
the
that much
topper.
more.
Yeah.
Yeah. That 2 years ago still, you felt it. You played such a good game that game too, that you felt like you were right there with the best team. So like, yeah, we
Yeah.
just had to get back there.
Numbers wise, Jalen actually had a better game in that last game. Yeah.
I believe that, but
Yeah.
the
But
defense just, I
he had the
mean,
crucial fumble, but yeah. There was the
but
field
he still got
conditions,
him
his
back.
phone.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
still got him close. Scored
But
him to 35 at the in the last second or whatever. Yeah, it was a great game. I had a blast watching it, knowing you were there
Yeah, man, I
as well.
appreciate all your texts and everything. This was really like the topper on my day too. Just I appreciate all the support, all the love.
Totally. Yeah. I was like, yeah, oh, Ahmed, FaceTime and FaceTime him. We gotta fucking FaceTime him. Like, I have an iPhone,
Yeah.
FaceTime him. He's like, ah, yeah, I already am.
Yeah, and I could see you guys like trying to say things, but I just couldn't hear
Oh,
anything. It
I'm
was just
sure.
so
Yeah.
loud.
It was
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah. What was your parents' reaction? Did they call you as well?
I FaceTimed
Jokes.
them too, but they were
Yeah.
obviously watching along. But they don't like to text me sometimes during the game too, just in general, like just for, you don't want to get it too ahead of themselves, I guess,
Yeah, for sure. I
sometimes.
was
And
trying not to,
Mhm.
but at that
At a
one
s-
point, I was just like, dude, what this is crazy. Like, I don't
yeah, it's
remember
at that.
what point that was.
It's just like now. It's just like yeah, we can. It's safe to send those texts
It
and
was after it was I think it was at halftime when it was 24 or
to
something
not. It was
to
24 to
nothing.
nothing at
Yeah,
halftime.
and I was
Just
like, dude, this is crazy. And then it just didn't get any better. Yeah, it was just oh my God. That's why I just kept texting. I was like, oh yeah, this is nuts. Go crazy. Start going crazy. Unbelievable. I'm glad you had a blast out there. Such a awesome experience. You'll have that forever. Glad you
oh,
took a ton of pictures and stuff too.
oh yeah, for
Got to
sure.
meet some cool people. Got some merch. You get that hat? You get anything else?
I ordered stuff already, obviously.
Okay,
This was just
for
literally
sure.
at the airport the next
Yeah, I
day.
figured, yeah.
Yeah.
They gotta have them somewhere. I
Yeah.
saw all the memes of like them sending this the
Mhm.
Kansas City three-peat merch or whatever to like
Oh.
Africa and other places,
Um.
whatever, like to
Mhm.
donate it, whatever.
Yeah.
Did you know that Pat Riley owns the copyright and patent or whatever
To
for
three-peat.
three-peat?
I did see that recently. Yeah.
It's the craziest thing I've ever heard. But he probably lost out on a bunch of money. He's probably pissed.
Yeah.
That would have been wild. Yeah. They just have to pay him a bunch. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well, what's the plan for next year? What's your guys' schedule like? You got anybody tough? I don't think we're playing each other.
I don't think so either. I think it's all the. I don't. To be honest, I haven't really looked that far ahead. I just
Yeah,
know.
why don't you just enjoy this? I shouldn't be getting ahead of ourselves.
It's Caleb missed out today because it's funny because I was gonna start off and say just to cap off this unprecedented and historic Philadelphia Eagles championship run. We're all gonna give our top 10 moments of the 2024-25 Eagles season, starting with Caleb. So he dodged a bullet there.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Damn. Yeah, he would have a leak. He's gonna get roasted online, I hope.
It's funny because Nick Sirianni's contract is coming up at the end of this next year, Jeff. So he's in line for obviously like a new
Okay.
extension.
He
So
has
I
one
thought,
more year left.
yeah, yeah. So
Okay.
they're already gonna start to give him one, if not this offseason, is the idea. But I just thought you get a kick out of this because apparently they're just saying like if Liam Cohen is making 14, they're like Nick Sirianni is like I want 40.
Dude, Cohen. Oh yeah, he's gonna need a lot of money for sure. I mean, he's 1 for 2 in Super Bowls, but still, like you just beat the Chiefs. Like you have led this team. You had a great season last year too. A couple things spiraled out of control, but
Hmm.
I mean, to come back and then have this season after that when things were questionable, I think only helps you just solidify. It's like it's basically he was like almost on a contract year. You have the Super
Hmm.
Bowl, you lose, then you have that great. You were like what, 8-0
They
or
were they were 10-1 at one
ten
point,
and
and
one,
then
something like
it went,
that,
and then
and
it
then
just
10-6
crashed.
or something,
Yeah,
or 10-7.
yeah.
Um, So then all of a sudden, okay, that's geez. And then you come back have
Bring
this season,
bring the new coordinators in now. Yeah.
and then you win it all, beating who you lost to.
Hmm.
Like, yeah, he's gonna get a fat payday.
And now you're gonna lose your
Absolutely.
OC again. Now you got to replace him again. And
Yeah,
so
they'll get somebody good. Somebody will want to play for them, want to coach. I'm sure. There's always good up and coming guys. I don't know how Kellen Moore is going to be as a head coach. I just feel like a lot of these guys aren't ready. Like you think you'd be ready to be a head coach like right
I mean,
now? Like
it depends on, I mean, how much experience he has.
I guess, but I just think about all the other things that you have to deal with doing that. Like it's one thing to be a really good coordinator and like a coach as well, but then to like be the boss is I feel like the hardest part for these guys to like take the next step, be good at calling timeouts, do learn your clock management, give up other tasks or delegate these other tasks to people you trust. That's where I trust like JJ Redick in this sense, because I was people were like, "Oh, he doesn't know how to coach, whatever." Yeah, but the guy is sick. The guy is insane. You can tell he's just a control freak and has all these systems that he already has in place, blah 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 blah. Like you just don't know what you're getting with some of these new coordinator guys. Like, are they like that or are they not? Like, is Liam Cohen like that? Like, you really see that guy as like the gym rat of a head coach. Like, no, he's had like 15 different jobs in 15
Mm.
years. Like, that's, yeah, that's like a guy that's like a snake. Kellen Moore is way more exciting. Or, um, the two Lions coordinators. I've Ben Johnson, yeah, a little bit unpolished. I think Aaron Glenn's going to be good, but I don't know. Yeah, did you see the Rodgers news? They're going to just probably cut him and
I
eat the
guess
money.
oh, a lot of dead money.
Yeah, like
It
30 mil over
it
2 years,
it's probably gonna suck, yeah, but that's probably the right thing in the end. Like they just need to start all over. So,
especially if you have a new head coach in every regime. Like, yeah, I don't
because
know.
they don't have a championship team right now. So,
Sign Sam Darnold, bring him back.
God, I heard he might be like the top option for like the Raiders possibly. I don't know.
Interesting. What about Cousins to the Raiders?
Ugh.
Because he's gone, right? That's like 30 mil in dead money. Those guys did that.
Just
It's the stupidest thing. So
just
dumb.
just none of those guys are just inspiring to me. I'm still
No.
ugh.
Yeah.
It just gives me that feeling.
But if you maybe he can have a Baker Mayfield situation where
Mm.
he's never like super great, but he's like, he turned into a decent quarterback
Like
with his
I'm
experience.
like I'm the type that would rather just sign Justin Fields because I just see upside and
They're not
he
going
was
to be
like
able to keep both of those
he was like
guys.
4-0
Someone's
and
going to start there. They're
I
both
rather
going to start somewhere,
and
right?
he's yeah, and he's a lot cheaper. I think Darnold is going to be like they said like 20 million a year. Like
No effing way. That's a 2 year ago mistake when they signed Geno Smith and Daniel Jones and somebody else all got 30 mil a year. And we were like,
Derek
what in
Carr,
God's name is going on? Derek Carr,
there
yeah.
we go.
Have any of those guys been to the playoffs even since they signed those contracts? One, Daniel Jones already cut off the team. Done. Geno Smith, I don't think they made the playoffs. Maybe a year ago they did because but I don't think so.
Uh,
And then Derek Carr,
no.
nope, hasn't even played a full season each year. So
And then based off the Kellen Moore press conference, it sounds like he may not be there next year.
Jesus.
And I saw a stat too that said apparently they played against each other in college. Oh yeah,
Oh wow.
because like you said, he's only 36. So
Yeah, he's the youngest head coach in the league now. He's younger than McVay.
so
But yeah,
he just wasn't very optimistic when they asked him about him. Like he
Okay.
didn't just give
I wouldn't be either. It's
like oh
fucking
like
Derek Carr.
he's our starting quarterback next year. It wasn't like
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, that's he's already making smart moves then. If he's not being an idiot and just coming in and be like, "Oh yeah, that's our guy," and then nobody's actually going to believe what he says when they cut him. Like, you
Yeah.
know.
It sounds like he's bringing Brandon Staley for DC too. I guess
Good
because
luck with that,
I guess because at
brother.
one point it was the opposite in San Diego. I think Staley might have been it was Staley head coach and Kellen Moore OC, something like that. So
I think so. I think Rivers, he was an OC for Rivers, maybe still, or a quarterback coach, I think for Rivers, and then took an OC job with the Cowboys after, maybe. I don't know.
hmm.
I just remember Caleb hating him
I
when he
know
was on the
he
Cowboys.
hates
Remember?
some of the
He
Cape.
always hated
Yeah,
him.
but he wins it with the Eagles. So
Yeah.
go
Jesus.
figure.
Go
Go
figure.
fly
Go
Eagles
Birds.
fly. Fly Eagles fly.
Go Birds. Wipe that Dallas Cowboy butt. Congratulations again, brother. Looks like we're wrapping up here.
Yeah.
But congrats again. Glad you got to go.
Thanks, man.
So awesome. You finish it out. Say whatever you want.
Go Birds.